This content is recreated to fit YouTube's policies, fair use, and licensed content. Welcome back to another episode of Whip Media TV. I'm your host, Whip Media Mickey, aka Mickey Made It. If you're new to the channel, you know what to do to the channel. Subscribe right now. Join the Vibe Tribe. If you're feeling generous and want to leave me a tip for my hard work in editing, I'll leave the Cash App link down below. Okay, on today's episode, I cover Pulp Fiction, Laws of Life. Pulp Fiction teaches you a lot about life and takes you on the ride through heaven and hell. That's what makes it a special movie. Pulp Fiction Law Number 1. Be professional. Vincent and Jules are two hitmen that work for a crime boss in Los Angeles named Marcellus Wallace. The weird thing about Vincent and Jules is how completely opposite they are. See, Vincent is very carefree, a heroin addict, and doesn't take his job seriously. Jules, on the other hand, takes his work very seriously to the point he has a Bible verse as his calling card for his murders. Jules doesn't do drugs. He's an aspiring vegetarian thanks to his girlfriend, and he's a punctual when it comes to his jobs. Jules is the ultimate professional. Jules is more fair than Vincent, not because of his jerry curl, but because of his professionalism. See, he's also more respected because of it. Take the scene with the wolf, for example. Vincent disrespected the wolf because Vincent is an unprofessional, emotional man who is careless. Jules is professional and showed the wolf nothing but respect, and you can tell the wolf respected Jules more than he did Vincent. Always be professional in everything you do. You'll be taken more seriously. Pulp Fiction Law Number 2. Accepting things as they are. This is Vincent's personality. He takes everything as it is, which can make you go with the flow on almost everything. He's literally the example of it is what it is, and is unapologetic about it. You see this during Jules' explanation of the divine intervention, where Jules is amazed at the miracle, but Vincent sees it as nothing but luck. Now that mindset hurts him in the end, but sometimes it's best to accept things and situations as they are. Some things just not changing and doesn't have any meaning to it, despite us trying to find meaning within it. Just accept it for what it is. Pulp Fiction Law Number 3. Do what's right. This is the moral of the story. On Butch's story, he asked to throw a fight for a huge amount of money from Marcellus Wallace. He does what's right and not only wins the fight, but he accidentally kills his opponent. The reason it's right is because he would be snaking over the people who bet money on him and believes he can win. While he's on the run from Marcellus, his girlfriend forgets his grandfather's watch, a family treasure at their apartment. Butch puts his life on the line to retrieve the watch despite being on the run. He shows selflessness and righteousness in doing that. Butch later stops Marcellus from being killed when he could have easily left him and left LA and his problems all solved. He instead does the right thing and saves his life. Butch is granted a deal from Marcellus and he's able to leave with his life intact and a new bike. See, the people who do the right thing have fortunate endings. Butch was the most morally good character in the movie. The only bad thing he did was screw over Marcellus Wallace, which one could argue was justified. Pulp Fiction Law Number 4. Time is your greatest asset. Winston Wolfe was the ultimate professional, even more professional than Jules Winfield. One thing the wolf did not F around with was time. He wrote things down and was on time to everything he did. Every second matters in his world. The fact he said it's a 30-minute drive to Vincent and Jules' destination and he'd be there in 10 says it all. His appreciation and respect for time was why he was so great at his job. He truly lived like he knew he only had one life to live. He was a surgical kind of guy. I mean, the guy had on a tuxedo at 8 a.m. A person in a tux at 8 a.m. knows what the F to do with time. Time is your greatest asset, and if you don't treat it as such, then time will turn into your greatest enemy. Pulp Fiction Law Number 5. Listen to God, listen to the universe. Jules and Vincent are shot at with a magnum at point blank range and are not shot once and kills the guy who attempted to kill them. Jules immediately realizes that him and Vincent should be dead. Jules realizes that the moment was divine intervention where God stopped bullets from harming him and Vincent. He believes that the divine intervention is God telling him to quit his job as a hitman. Essentially, He believes it's a warning. See, Jules listens to God and takes heed to the warning and vows to tell Marcellus that he's quitting. He has no clue what he's going to do with his life, but he knows he won't be killing people anymore. Fast forward to the breakfast scene between Vincent and Jules. We hear Jules explain why he's quitting. He explains that it doesn't matter if he thinks what happened was a miracle or not, and what matters is that he felt the touch of God. God got involved. The moment is critical for both men because Jules retires and lives. Vincent doesn't listen to God and retire and is killed by Butch. When God or the universe gives you signs, you better pay attention to them. They're given to us for a reason, and if you don't act accordingly, disaster won't be far behind. Pulp Fiction, Law number 6. Redemption. If you notice, every character in the movie has a chance to redeem themselves. Maya almost dies of an overdose by snorting Vincent's heroin. She survives and now she has a chance at redemption, but we don't know if she takes the chance. We don't know even if she changes her behavior. Vincent and Jules' chance of redemption was through divine intervention. Jules redeemed himself. Vincent did not. Butch redeemed himself in Marcellus' eyes by saving Marcellus' life despite Marcellus wanting to kill him. And Marcellus would never save Butch's life. Pumpkin, Ringo, and Honey Bunny tried to rob Jules, and Jules instead robs them of their pride and sense of power, and Jules gives them $1,500 and allows them to live. He helps them and basically becomes divine intervention for them in a human form. They now have some money and are allowed to redeem themselves. Marcellus now has a chance to redeem himself after Butch saved his life. We all do bad things, some big, some small, but there's always a chance for us to redeem ourselves. If you're fortunate to redeem yourself, please take the chance to do so. It's the test you need to pass. Pulp Fiction, The Laws of Life.